I'm Dr. M. Akila Nayaki, Assistant Professor, belongs to Department of Commerce BPS from Nalamuthu Counter Mahalingam College, Pollachi. Today I'm going to talk about classification of the contract. So before entering into the topic, let me summarize what do you mean by law, then what do you mean by commercial law, and the definition of the contract. First one is law. The law is a set of rules and regulations which is imposed by the government. That law should be followed, or the set of rules should be followed by the public. It is termed as a law. So next one is a commercial law. There are a lot of laws like commercial law, mercantile law, then trade law, civil law, criminal law, then public law, private law, business law, company law, etc. So today we are going to discuss about the commercial law. Commercial law is also known as a mercantile law or trade law. Why it is termed as a commercial or mercantile or trade law? Because it is a law that related to the business which is encased in the commerce, mercantilizing, and as well as the trade and sales. So it is termed as a commercial law. So next one is contract. It is an important point which should be discussed in the contract. The contract which is enforceable by the law is treated as a contract. Why we are saying? Because it should be approved by the government. That is set of rules and regulations which is enforced by the government is treated as a contract. So next definition. According to the Indian Contract Act 1872 defines the contract as an agreement which is enforceable by the law. So here comes the question, what do we mean by agreement? So agreement is every promises or every set of promises forming consideration for each other. So here arises the question, what is meant by consideration? Consideration means something in a written value that both the parties should benefit out of it. It is called as a consideration. So here comes our topic, the classification of the contract. The contract has been classified in the three different bases. One is based on validity, and next one is based on formation, and third one based on the performance. Based on the validity, again it is classified into valid contract, void contract, voidable contract, illegal contract, and unenforceable. And based on the formation, express contract, implied contract, and quasi contract. And last one based upon the performance, executed contract, executory contract, unilateral contract, and bilateral contract. First let us see about the valid contract. So valid contract means which is enforceable by the law, that it should be accepted by the government. It should not be illegal. For example, let me say that X says to Y that he will sell his car to him for rupees 1 lakh. This statement will be valid only if the following condition is approved. That is, X want to sell it under it should not have any influence. That is fraud, mistake, or misrepresentation like that. And consideration of X to sell the car is free. And if Y accept the offer, then it became the acceptance. This is termed as a valid contract. Next one is void contract. The void contract is defined as that is contract may be valid at the time when it is made, but later it may become void. For example, the contract with an alien friends, that is the trader in the Pakistan. When we have a trade between the Pakistan and India, suppose they became an alien friend, may become an alien enemy. So that time the contract will become a void contract. Next one, voidable contract. The voidable means is contract is one which is enforceable at the opinion of one party to the another, one party to contract. But if the party does not get it enforced, he may resign it. Sometimes he may accept the contract or he may reject the contract. For example, this time Bob is minor and hasn't had anything to drink. Since Bob is a minor, the contract is instantly voidable. So because of Bob is a minor, this contract will become a voidable contract. Next one, unenforceable contract. An unenforceable contract is one which cannot be enforced due to some technical effects. So maybe in the absence of proper stamp or absence of written format or time bar debt, etc. Here, for example, A agreed to sell to B 100 kg of rice for rupees 10,000, but there is a huge flood so that he cannot. Next, for example, A agreed to sell sell to B 100 kg of rice for rupees 10,000. But due to the huge flood, the A cannot supply 100 kg of rice to B. So this contract is said to be an unenforceable contract. Next one, illegal contract. The name even says that it is an illegal. So illegal contract is one which breaks some rules on the basis of public policy or which is criminal in nature or immoral in nature. For example, agreement made in the illegal activities which includes the smuggling or gambling, etc. This will be treated as an illegal contract. Next one, on basis of the formation, the first one is express contract. If the term of the contract are expressly agreed by the parties, either by the spoken words or the written formation, it is said to be an express contract. For example, a person sends a text from his phone to a person B, proposing to sell his bike at the cost of rupees 10,000. The person B call the first person and agrees the terms of promise. It is said to be an express contract. Next one is implied contract. An implied contract is one which the proposal or acceptance is made otherwise than in the word. It is an implied. Let me say the example. When we are entering into the bus, it is implied that we need to get a ticket. That is an implied contract. Next one is quasi-contract. This quasi-contract is created by a law. There is no intention on the either side of the parties, but the situation makes them to create a contract. For example, Peter and Oliver enter a contract under which Peter agrees to deliver a basket of fruits to Oliver resident. But unknowingly, Peter delivered the basket of the fruits to the John. So instead of Oliver, this is said to be a quasi-contract. The situation creates the contract. Next one, or based on the performance, first one is executed contract. So executed, it is a contract where both the parties to the contract has fulfilled their respective obligation. That means both the parties have completed their contract. For example, Alex offered to sell his scooter to Bobby for rupees 20,000 and Bobby accepts the Alex offer. The Alex delivers the scooter to Bobby and Bobby paid 20,000 to Alex. This is executed contract. It is nothing but it's said to be a casual. All the casuals will come under the executed contract. Next one is executory contract. Here the contract where both the party to the contract has still performed their respective obligation. They will perform in the near future. Here comes the example. An offer to sell his scooter to B for rupees 10,000. B accept the offer. The offer is the scooter has not yet delivered by A and the price has not been settled. They both will be done in near future. This is said to be an executory contract. Both the parties will execute in near future. Next one, unilateral contract. This is said to be an one-side contract. It usually come in existence when only one party makes a promise which is open and available to anyone who wishes to or who can fulfill the said promises. For example, L lost his son, so he decided to give the advertisement that anyone who brings back his son will be rewarded with 10,000. So anyone who brings back his sons will be given with the rupees 10,000, will reward with rupees 10,000. This is called as a unilateral contract. And last one is bilateral contract. Bilateral contract or the two sides contract, a contract in which promises of both the parties are outstanding at the time of contract. Here comes the example. Alex promised to stitch the shirt and Bobby promises to pay rupees 100. Here Alex is to promiser who promises to stitch a shirt and Bobby is a promisee who promised to pay for stitch. This is a bilateral contract. Thank you.